Hello boys, welcome back to another interesting session of video tutorials, and this session is meant for both computer science and biology boys of class 12th, and the purpose of this is to make you prepare well for your UPSC-NDA and score 44 out of 44 in biology. That is the purpose, and this session is meant for 25th August 2020. And in this session, I want to touch upon the very important chapter as far as UPSC-NDA is concerned, digestion and absorption. Normally 2 to 3 questions will come from this chapter. And very frequently asked questions about digestion and absorption is the mouth reason. That is, we have got inside the mouth teeth, and since we have got different types of teeth, like we say incisors, canines, premolars and molars. ICPM. IC Prime Minister. You must remember like that in the exam. ICPM. I for incisors, C for canines, P for premolars and M for molars. So there is something like you are writing in chemistry formulae for various reactions. Like that in mathematics you have got various formulae. In physics you have got formula. Like that in biology also we have got a formula. That's called dental formula. So what is this dental formula? As you are seeing, it is the number of teeth in 1/2 of upper jaw divided by teeth of 1/2 of the lower jaw. So we are taking upper jaw and lower jaw. We say maxilla and mandible in biology, but computer boys don't worry about it. We are out of the jaw, that U-shaped jaw, we are taking half of it, and that half we make it as a formula to remember the complete dental formula. What is that? When we write 2, 1, 2, 3 on up divided by 2, 1, 2, 3, and when we write this, first 2 by 2 is incisors. Incisors, that means there are 2 teeth. And C 1 by 1, canine is only 1. That is upper jaw, there is 1, and lower jaw, like that. Premolar 2 by 2 and molar 3 by 3. So if you add up the top ones, 2 plus 1 3, 3 plus 2 5, 5 plus 3 8. That means 8 in the half of the upper jaw, and the next 8 repetition. So 8 plus 8 16. 16 on the upper jaw, 16 on the lower jaw, 16 plus 16 32. So this is in the case of adult. And what about in children, babies? It is 2102 by 2102, as you are seeing. Now in the case of children, the premolars are absent in milk teeth, so only we are putting 0. So incisors 2 by 2, canines 1 by 1, molars 2 by 2. What is missing? Premolars are missing. So when we add up 2 plus 1 plus 2, that is 2 plus 1 3, 3 plus 2 5, 5 half of upper jaw, and full 5 plus 5 10. That means in babies, upper jaw 10 teeth, lower jaw 10 teeth. 10 plus 10, 20 milk teeth we say. Okay. So it is 2123 by 2123 in adults, and 2102 by 2102 in babies. And what about you? Where adolescents, we can say. So in adolescence, the molars will be only 2. That is 2122, 2122 it will be. That means 2 plus 1 3, 3 plus 2 5, 5 plus 2 7, 7 plus 7 14, 14 upper jaw, 14 lower jaw. So 14, 14, 28. And after adolescence is over, particularly when you are just about to complete your 12th class, you get extra molar teeth in your jaw at the deep end of the jaw, both on mandible as well as maxilla. So normally we call it as wisdom tooth. Okay, Jnanadantagalu, wisdom tooth. That's how 28 plus 4, wisdom tooth, 28 plus 4, 32. That's how it comes to that. And then you got what is called once the types of teeth. We have got say incisors will do one function like tearing, canines will do tearing, and then incisors for biting and cutting, premolars for crushing and grinding, molars for crushing and grinding, and mastication of food. So we have got varieties of teeth with each function. And if you have got a variety of teeth, then we say that condition is called heterodont. Heterodont, you can see here, heterodont. So in heterodont dentition, different types of teeth are present, and these teeth are embedded in sockets of the jaw bones. So if the teeth are embedded in the sockets, then it is called thecodont. Thecodont, okay? And in our entire lifespan, we have got two times we have teeth, milk teeth, and that milk teeth will be out and permanent teeth will come. So since two sets are coming in our lifespan, we say diphodont. Di means two times. Diphodont. And then, of course, we come back to stomach. In the stomach, there is alimentary canal, J-shaped organ, as you are seeing it. And this is located on the upper cleft portion of abdominal cavity. It has two borders called the greater and lesser curvatures and is divided into four main regions. Cardiac region, fundus. I want you to remember this, fundus, the upper portion of the stomach region next to cardiac, and fundus produces gastric juice including HCl. I want you to remember this HCl. And where it is secreted? It's in the fundus. And then pylorus, last portion that connects to the duodenum. These two you must remember, fundus and pylorus. And both cardiac and pyloric ends of the stomach are guarded by sphincter muscles. There is a special muscle called sphincter muscles. And these regulate the entry and exit of food in and out of the stomach. So these things you must remember. And then we go straight to disorders of the digestive system. Many times these questions will be there about the disorders, and of course enzymes also there will be questions, but then more frequently these disorders are asked. One, of course, the inflammation of the intestinal tract is the most common ailment due to either bacteria or viral infections. The infections are also caused by parasites of the intestine like tapeworm, roundworm, threadworm, hookworm, pinworm. So many worms are there. Okay, and normally, unfortunately, many of us will be suffering with this. What is that called? Jaundice. Okay, commonly we say. The liver is affected. Skin and eyes turn yellowish. Even the nails also, skin also. Okay, due to deposit of bile pigments. That is jaundice. Then vomiting, it is the ejection of stomach contents through the mouth. This reflex action is controlled by vomit center in the medulla of the brain. A feeling of nausea. Nausea means vomiting sensation. Precedes vomiting. Then of course diarrhea, loose motion. It's a watery stool or increased frequency of bowel movement, both when compared to normal amount. Diarrhea may be acute, which is usually related to bacterial or viral infection. You can see here. Viral infection, and it is a chronic also sometimes related to functional disorders of intestinal disease. It reduces the absorption of food and frequently leads to dehydration. So main problem with the diarrhea is dehydration. And constipation. In constipation, the feces are retained with the colon as the bowel movement occurs irregularly. So there is lack of water in the big intestine. That's constipation. The bowels will not come freely. And indigestion, very common. In this condition, food is not properly digested, leading to a feeling of fullness. The causes of indigestion are inadequate enzyme secretion, anxiety, food poisoning, overeating, and consuming spicy food. So avoid spicy food. And this is what I was telling you, frequently asked one is PEM. PEM means protein, energy, malnutrition. This may affect large sections of the population during drought, famine, means good food, nutritious food is not going inside. This happened in Bangladesh during Liberation War, and in Ethiopia, of course, you are seeing on TV, a severe drought, and even today. And PEM affects infants and children. So PEM is basically of two types. marasmus and kwashiorkor. So it is marasmus is produced by simultaneous deficiency of proteins. It is found in infants less than a year in age if the mother's milk is replaced too early by other foods which are poor in both proteins and calorific value. This often happens if the mother has second pregnancy or childbirth when the older infant is still too young. So there is no sufficient gap between the two children. In marasmus, protein deficiency impairs growth, replacement of tissue proteins, extreme emaciation of the body, and thinning of limbs results. The skin becomes dry, thin, wrinkled. Growth rate and body weight decline considerably. And the next one is kwashiorkor. Kwashiorkor, of course, it is produced by protein deficiency, PM only. It is unaccompanied by calorie deficiency. It results from replacement of mother's milk by high calorie, low protein diet in child more than 1 year in age. Like marasmus, kwashiorkor also shows wasting of muscles, thinning of limbs, failure of growth and brain development. But unlike marasmus, some fat is still left under the skin. Moreover, extensive edema means swelling of the body parts is seen. And of course, hepatitis is the inflammation of the liver resulting in liver cell damage and destruction. Liver is highly important. Most important organ in our body is liver always. And lactose intolerance is a condition caused by lack of an enzyme called lactase, which in turn causes the body to be unable to digest lactose. You must have observed some people will not like to drink milk and milk products. That is because of this. That's called lactose intolerance. So symptoms of lactose intolerance are nausea, cramps, bloating, gas and diarrhea. So in digestion part, you take care of these things. And enzymes, don't forget to study about enzymes. And then vitamin deficiency, mineral deficiency, I will deal in our next session. Until then,